Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and like the video for me. Today we're going to have lots of organizing, a lot with Dollar Tree supplies as well. There's a couple things I got from Amazon, but most of it is from Dollar Tree. But I'm going to be organizing my fridge and a couple of my cupboards and my Lazy Susan. So I hope that you enjoy, and this is really inspiring and motivating, but as well as relaxing. So I'm just going to go ahead and start by cleaning up my initial kitchen area, doing the dishes, putting the clean ones away, putting the new ones in the dishwasher, and just starting with a fresh, clean area to take everything out of my fridge and start wiping that down. If you guys are enjoying the video, please remember to give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I might actually be making a separate channel soon just for all of the cleaning videos and home videos like decorating and reorganizing and things like that. But please make sure to like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll update you if we decide to make a new channel as well. So here is my fridge. The outside is a disaster, the inside is a disaster. I haven't cleaned it in probably a couple months, and it's not terrible dirty wise, but it's just very unorganized. Things are just kind of all over the place. I haven't organized it in a very, very long time, so it's just kind of everywhere, and I really, really wanted to get this because I hate when I go into the fridge, try to grab something out for dinner or for me or for the kids or whatever, and everything falls out on you. It's literally the worst, especially when you're already having a bad day. Something falls and it spills everywhere, and it's just like the icing on the cake. So this is something I really wanted to get done, and it took me quite a long time, but I was really happy with the end results, and it was really calming to know that I was taking care of this as well. So here I'm just taking everything out of the top shelf. I wasn't sure if I should do shelf by shelf or not, but as you can see, there was a lot of stuff stuck down in there, crumbs that had fell down. It looked really gross, so I was really happy to know that I was taking care of that. But I wasn't sure if I should do shelf by shelf or take everything all out at once and put everything back in, but I was also kind of scared that things wouldn't stay cold enough. I get really weird about dairy and type of like milk or yogurt. I just feel like it has to be refrigerated like immediately, like it can't even go 2 minutes out without getting gross. So I really just was worried that it would get nasty, so I just did it shelf by shelf.
wasted all my time, I wasted all my nights, I wasted it on someone who's indifferent. He didn't love me right, he told me I was blind, but I never really wanted to listen. You have been here since day one, see my ups and downs.
Here I just started putting everything away into the Dollar Tree containers by categories. So this one right here was stuff for like tacos. It had like salsa, queso, sour cream, things like that. And that's how I tried to keep it in the fridge to make sure that it was a little more organized. Everything I needed was in the same area for certain things. And just would make it a little bit easier to get in and out and know exactly where the things I need are going to be. After I had emptied the second shelf, I started cleaning out all of the sides and the areas, and then got started putting things back into the little containers. It looks like I know we have a lot of jelly, but Jay is absolutely obsessed with peanut butter jellies, and we will go through a jar in like 2 or 3 days because he likes so much jelly in there. But so we have a whole thing for jelly. I tried to keep all of the cottage cheese, yogurt, all in that same area there as well. And this part cracks me up because Jay always has to get pizza sauce and garlic butter whenever we go to any type of pizza place ever, but he almost never uses it. So I have so many in the fridge, so I made a point just to make a little jar of it, or not a jar, but a little container, just so he could see how much we still have from him never using, so he doesn't have to keep continuously buying it every time we go somewhere. So I am really happy with the end result. I have all of the jelly, Parmesan cheese, yogurt, and taco stuff, as well as Jay's pizza stuff on top. I have all my milk, alternative milk, and coffee stuff together. The kids' snacks and all of these stuff for snacks on the next shelf, and then a little thing for yogurt and berries. All of the cheese is in a container together, as well as the shredded cheese, and then all of the vegetables. And then on the side I put little containers in there as well for all of the butter and garlic and things like that, just to separate it out, as well as a little separated area for all of my bubble tea stuff, which I actually never use, but it's still in there just in case one day I do decide. But I do what I like. This bottom part of the fridge gets gross so quick. It collects all of the dog hair, the dirt, anything that spills gets all inside of each of those little creases, and it is an absolute nightmare to clean and keep clean. But I really wanted to try to get in there and get all of it clean. I was tired of seeing little stuff stick out, and no matter how much I clean it or how often I clean it, it's always there. So I really want to take a lot of time to really scrub and get all of these super clean as much as possible for as long as I can possibly keep it this way. And as always, you know, your girl is gonna gonna show you that little vacuum mop action. I love it so much. It gets my floors super clean and really nice. I love it so much. It's literally a lifesaver. But I do
was born in the 90s, but I do what I like and I do as I please. Ooh, 'cause I was born in the 90s. Never lie, insecure, always on my phone.
So here I am starting on the drawers. The bottom I have all of the storage containers and to-go containers. This drawer is all of the kids stuff. I have like their big lunch trays, some cups and, or not cups, I'm sorry, the plates and the bowls. And I'm just going to go through all of the drawers, clean them out, and put everything away as nicely as possible. I didn't have as much storage containers that I wanted to get. Or actually I just needed a lot more than I thought, so some of it could be updated in the future, but for now I'm just going through and trying to fit everything in as good as possible and make it as organized and clean and nice looking and pleasing to the eye as I can. My top drawer, the silverware drawer, was such a pain to fix and figure out. How it's set up in there is horrible. I hate it. And I was really trying to figure out how to get everything to be organized, cleaner. Like there's just too much of the little kid spoons and forks in that one little area and just too much extra stuff everywhere. It's always messy. It's hard to find stuff. Half the time you can't find what you're looking for and it's just a mess. So I was really wanting to make sure that this area, especially use it every day, multiple times a day, that this area was the cleanest, it looked the nicest, it was easy to grab into. So I changed it quite a bit, trying to make sure it closes and everything really well. But I did have to go through it and change it even after I filmed the video, and I found a little metal container for silverware to put in there, but with the day-to-day use, I don't really like it. It might look cleaner, but everything sticks to it, and it's not my favorite. I think I'm going to try to get like a wooden one off of online or something. So this ended up being my final product, and it's not 100% perfect, but it's definitely 1,000 times better than it was, and I can get to things as I need to, things aren't falling out, and I can open and close the drawers as I need to, no problem. So I'm happy with it for now, but I do think I'm going to get, like I said, another maybe like a wooden thing for the silverware and maybe some extra containers for throughout all of the drawers. These containers here are the only ones that I did get from Amazon. There was it was a 12 pack for, I think it was like $20, maybe $25, but it came with the containers, the labels, and a pen to or the marker to write on them. And I think they look really nice. They're really clean. They all work really great. They're not like super cheaply made or anything. It holds it really well. Like I would even put cereal in there and I wouldn't be worried about it getting stale. Like it has a very nice lock on it. So yeah, it was only like $25, and I think it looked really nice. So I was really happy with the outlook of this. And I was only putting in things that I use regularly into these containers, like the sugar, flour, oatmeal, rice, things like that I go through all the time, so I don't have to worry about it getting old or expiring or just using a container for something I don't use often. And I was out of sugar at the time when I filmed the video. That's why that one's empty, but I still wanted to make its own little box because I ended up buying sugar later that day and putting it back in there. But it is something that I do usually have on hand all the time. So over here in this area was a much bigger area to tackle than I realized. I had so much stuff in there. Some of it was old, expired, I hadn't needed or used in a long time. So I really had to go through every single thing, and I wanted to do what I did with the flour and sugar and things and put anything I could in those little containers. In this one it ended up being the oatmeal and the rice, and I think I put like the chocolate chips and all the candy and stuff in a little box just so that it's a little more organized and together. Oh, and one for marshmallows too, because my son absolutely loves marshmallows. He calls them chocolate bread, but the way that he says it is just so cute. So made a little thing of that for him in there as well. But it ended up being quite a project going through and reorganizing it to where it all made sense in there. Since we don't have a pantry and a ton of cupboard space to store food, most of it is like we have the one cupboard for plates and cups and then spices and stuff, and then the one cupboard I just showed you, and that's all the cupboards that we have. And then just on the bottom with the Lazy Susan, and then another one just for pans and stuff. And so we don't really have a whole lot of pantry room for the food, so I really wanted to try to condense and make everything make sense as much as possible so that it was easier to get to and made more sense for a daily basis. After I got that area a little more organized and looking a little bit better, I started working on the Lazy Susan. I had already taken everything out of it and I started cleaning it, wiping it down, and scrubbing it because it thoroughly needed it. After it was nice and clean, I started putting everything back in there, trying to be organized and clean and categorized so that it made sense again. I put all of the noodles in together, all of the sides like pasta sides and mashed potatoes and things in a bucket together, all of the sweets like the cookies and muffins in a bucket together. And then on the bottom shelf, I just tried to put all of the vegetables next to each other and the same ones next to each other, and then the fruit and soup in a separate spot just so that everything was easy to get to. And as always, I'm using my Method antibacterial spray and just a regular microfiber cloth. And I was really excited because I was able to use the little scrubby brush that I bought, like the little toothbrush scrub. It did really, really well on the bottom. There was a lot of dirt stuck in all of those little creases, and I got it really well. So I was excited to use that, and I also am really excited to try to use that on the oven. There's a lot of creases that I can't quite get into, but I think this will be able to get into it really well. I finally finished organizing all of my kitchen. I'm going to head into my bedroom and do what I have been neglecting: laundry. I've washed it and dried it. I have no problem doing that, but it's just the folding it and putting it away that always has me. And this is like 3 or 4 loads in one that I just been stacking in the corner, and I need to do it and take care of it. So here it is. It took me like over an hour to end up doing it all, which isn't that long in reality, but it did take a very long time. But first I just have to clean up the room. The kids went in there with celery and just spread it everywhere, so that's the little green stuff everywhere. And they always like to bring all their toys in here and play. They love sitting on that dog bed, actually. That's like their favorite, especially River. It's like their favorite thing to do, and sit and watch TV there, or just sit and hang out there and fight there. But yeah, so just cleaning that up, and I'm gonna get ready to tackle all of the laundry. Well, thank you guys again for being here, for watching, for liking, for subscribing. I appreciate every single one of you, and every time you guys watch my video, I know that you guys watch it, it really means a lot to me. So thank you so much for everybody who supports us, and I hope you enjoy the videos and they either calm you down, relax you, or motivate you to clean, or you just enjoy seeing the kids in there. But thank you again. We appreciate you, and I will see you next week.